Hey, what's going on, gamers? We're here back for more WCW Monday Night Nitro Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. Joined by Chris as always. What is on the card for Nitro tonight?
Oh, Nitro. We got another very exciting night tonight. We're kicking off, obviously, here. NWO Exotics in the ring. Obviously, they're sitting there talking some smack. And then Jeff Cobb and Eddie Edwards come out together. Bischoff says, I thought you guys would have been at each other's throats by now. But you guys, it doesn't matter because you guys will have to face each other because you both can't be the world champion. Only one of you can be world champion. Who wants it the most at the pay-per-view? And that leads to setting up for that main event tonight, which will pit a giant 4-on-4 match tonight. As we got Cobb and Edwards need to find two people to take on Scott Norton, War Beast, and Davey Boy Smith Jr. Next segment. And here we got, it's another qualifier match for the North American Championship Scramble. We got a big six-pack challenge at the pay-per-view. And on one team, we had the team of Alexander Hammerstone, Pepper Parks, and Chris Mordetsky. They beat the team of Brian Myers, Zane Riley, and Bear Bronson. 83. Pretty good match there, actually.
I know, Hammerstone had 89
For the people I
performance.
threw in there, I was worried for a second about that. That's
Yeah.
why I put it honestly first. That's honestly why I put that match first, is I was worried about how it was going to turn out.
My eyes opened at first when I saw that, and he had an 89 performance.
Dude, yeah, Hammerstone. Okay, and this right here, this is another hype package for the hardcore division that is going to be kicking off at the pay-per-view. Perfect kickoff, by the way, for a pay-per-view, and uncensored hardcore title birth. I like that. And it's basically announcing the 8 guys that are going to be competing for that title. You got Brody King, you got Sabu, you got the Sandman, you got New Jack, Masato Tanaka, YDFMB's Charlie Tiger, Mance Warner, and obviously the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer. Next segment. And in a preview for that match, we had a little fatal 4-way hardcore match tonight. The Sandman won this match. He defeated Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, and Masato Tanaka when Sandman pinned Masato Tanaka with a senton bomb.
Pretty impressive there for Sandman doing senton bombs.
And here we see the basically it's a luxurious locker room for Al Jones. He's living that Hollywood lifestyle via David Arquette, and it is filled with all kinds of lavish gifts. They're talking about who these gifts are from. They don't know. These gifts have just been getting delivered literally over the last week. They have no idea. And they say that they hope to find out soon.
Pulled the trigger. I'm sorry, Chris.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's that pause. The pause threw me off.
In a superb match,
Dude, it's
Humberto
Humberto.
Garza defeated
Dude out here.
Eddie Colon and Sean Waltman. Humberto pinned Eddie Colon. 83, another 83 match. Carried the match in ring. Eddie Colon was really off his game. But Sean Waltman, even at that old age, is still putting us
Better than Eddie.
numbers.
Yeah. I always get worried with these matches because it was high flying. And I was like, I don't know how it's going to turn out. But they did really good, especially Humberto, 94.
In here, we got, obviously, back in their little quarters, whatever. I imagine they're in some kind of boiler room. They're sitting there talking. He continues to talk about the fact that that dark cloud draws near. And he saw the prophecy in a dream that the dark cloud will be here at Uncensored. Mike Bennett's like, well, what's coming at Uncensored? We've been hearing this for weeks. We need it. We want to know so we can prepare. And he looks at him and goes, silence! I have had enough of your insolence. You are getting on my last wit's end. You just better go out there, and you and Kevin better qualify for that tag title match at the pay-per-view. And scene. And in a good match, Griffith Marx defeated Kevin Condor and Mike Bennett and the Deaners in order of elimination. Kevin Condor and Mike Bennett was first. Oh, that's not going to make Raven happy. And then the Deaners, during the match, Al Jones also distracted both the Deaners. Al Jones, obviously, coming off of last week with the Deaners. There's stuff brewing there. But the big talk here is Griffith Marx has qualified for the pay-per-view.
We'll have to make a note of that the 2v2v2s, that's our elimination matches. Or at least I guess the one in the pack. It's interesting.
Okay, and in this segment, obviously, and this is post-match, the Deaners chase the trio of Arquette and the Jones boys back to the back. They're chasing them as all three guys are taunting the Deaners, sitting there jumping up and down, laughing about the loss that they took, because this could have been big for the Deaners, but unfortunately they will not be in the tag title match at the pay-per-view. End scene. In the next match, Shane Douglas got out here and he wanted a little tune-up, just knock off some of the ring rust. Shane Douglas hasn't been an active competitor in quite a long time, so he came out here and he made really, really quick work of Corey Hollis with a belly to back suplex, completely obliterating him.
Next.
And then after the match, he takes out a leather strap and he starts beating on him as Royce Isaac starts stomping at Corey Hollis as well. This leads to Tino Sabatelli coming out with a steel chair, swinging and clearing the ring before going to check on Corey Hollis. Obviously, it can be next up.
I was waiting. I was like, he's gonna mess with me here. I got a feeling.
And then in this next segment, you got the Deaners go to Bischoff's office. They're like, "What are you doing here? What kind of show are you running here where people are just allowed to ruin people's chances around here?" He says, "Well, you did kind of sleep with his girl." And then Jake Deaner speaks up and says, "Nope, she slept with us. We didn't sleep with her. She slept with us." With that, he says, "You know what? Here, I got you. It'll be you two versus Al Jones and David Arquette at the paper." And with that, they both say, "We like the sound of that," as they both walk out of the office as the screen fades the commercial.
Fades the commercial. Not black, fade the commercial. Pretty damn good match, though.
We come back for the main event. And about to had superb wrestling and great heat. Scott Norton, Davey Boy Smith Jr., and War Beast defeated Jeff Cobb, Eddie Edwards, and FTR when Davey Boy Smith pinned Cash Wheeler with the running power slam. 94.
I know, actually killed it there. Finish off strong with an 83 there, plus 42 regions. Kevin Condor was slightly overused a little bit, but that's all right. I think that might be actually one of the best matches ever of all time. So.
And you know what? I'm gonna make a quick note of the just verbal note.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the first time. I think we're finally getting to the point where Al Jones is over, because they've not told us Al Jones was overused, and I used him in 3 separate things.
That is true. All right, we'll see y'all. Thunder. All right, everyone, we are back here. Now it is time for Thunder, kicking off pretty strong here. We have Ethan Carter III out there with Frontline saying it was a mighty impressive showing of Austin Aries last week, but Aries won't truly impress him until he takes on the two guys right behind him, OVE. And he doesn't think that he can take on both of them at the same time. And out comes Austin Aries and he says, I'm going to prove to you I am the greatest man that's ever lived. Tonight in the main event, Dave, Jake, you little Chris brothers, you're nothing for me. And once I'm done with them, Ethan, I'm coming for you in that world title. You can bet on it. Kicking off pretty strong here in the opening matchup. Here we have Sammy G taking on Mark Andrews, able to defeat him with the 630 here. Then after that, we have Orange Cassidy. He's sleeping backstage. The TV champ is sleeping. He's not ready for his match at all. And Jinx comes up to him and she's like, oh my gosh. She's like freaking out. She's like madly in love. She sees that she's got orange hair. He's named Orange Cassidy. She's like, we're a bunch of frizzy orange people. They should totally be dating. And then she's like, would you like to, you know, go on a date with me? And Orange Cassidy he moves his thumb up just a little bit, just like halfway. And she's like, oh my gosh, we're a thing. We're totally a thing. Cut to the next segment here. We got NetherRealm taking on the Bushido Warriors here. Pretty decent match here. Getting some experience more for these guys. Happy to see like what they can do and build them up, you know. Following that, we have Cass XL. He's throwing shit backstage. He's getting angry. He's knocking over Johnny Ace's desk. He's freaking out. He's like, or do you believe this? You're just going to let Austin Aries go out there and become #1 contender. I've worked my butt off. I did something that Tucker couldn't do. I was the greatest television champion of all time. I made that title relevant, Johnny. And Johnny Ace is like, whoa, you got her. And then Jim Cornette storms in the room. He's all high-pitched voice screaming. He's like, what do you think you're doing? I share this office too. We're co-chairmen. This is the board of directors room, and you're destroying everything. Cass, you are banned from the building tonight. Get out of here. Johnny's like, you can't do that. You can't do it. He's like, I can do just as much as you can, Johnny, and I'd watch it because I could destroy this whole room in an instant. And destroy all the paperwork here and make you a figment of your own imagination. And he's like, well, you've not heard last of me. And he storms out with Cass, and both of them leave for the night, actually. Then we have Eminem actually able to defeat Curt, Stallion, Neil Dashwood. Milo Toxic gets the win here on Curt, Stallion. Following the match, though, Glam Sexico is seen backstage, and she approaches Kyle Fletcher, and in a deep voice goes, hey, kid, you see those two out there, those two jokers? I think we can win. We can get those mixed tag team belts, you know, if you just stick with me. Kyle's like, what the heck? He's like, hey, it's 2020. Look, I want those tag team belts. I need those belts. I need to do something here, okay? Kyle's like, well, yeah. He's like, you just got here. You mean nothing, all right? You mean nothing to these people. Do you want to mean something? You want to be put on the map? He's like, follow me. I'll make you the biggest star of all time. He's like, who are you? He's like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. All I gotta know is that together we'll be the greatest mixed tag team in the world. And he's just all confused. He's like, oh, okay. After that, we have a big old match here with Eddie Kingston taking on Kizzy. Kizzy making his debut here. Pretty good match, and Awesome Kong did some really good work on ringside. I like to think that she was just taunting, saying she was going to just crush and destroy Kizzy, but she's retired. She's not going to do nothing. Come on now. Then we cut to my favorite segment, honestly, is the Mommy and Poppy show. You got Alberto and Angel backstage. They got the mixed tag team belts right over their shoulders. They're all excited. They're saying, welcome to the Mommy and Poppy show, the Poppy and Mommy show. And that's when he shows off their nice little tattoos from prior weeks. He's like, look, I know there's lots of competition going on in this mixed tag team division. We even got some teams that maybe aren't so mixed tag teams. You know, some people trying to bend the rules, it seems already. But it doesn't matter. Angel here and I, Mommy here, and I should say, no one can come and stand against us. As long as we're here together, stronger together, no one will get in our way. And you can bank on that one. Isn't that right, Mommy? After that, Alla Keaney here makes her debut match against Solo Darling, able to get the win here with the Demon Drop. I don't know what that is. Could be anything. Could just be a big boot. They have Christian Casanova going to a draw with Brian Pillman Jr. with a double disqualification, which is pretty interesting. I think they both threw like steel chairs at each other or something there. And then we cut to off Bagwell's detention center here with Warren Boxer and Bruno Melanie. They're out there, they're playing some cards, not even realizing that Marty Scurll has kind of like made his way in with the play doctor mask. I don't know how he snuck right past them. And he's got the umbrella, and he just puts it down by his side. He's like, well, Mr. Buff Bagwell, it's fancy meeting you here. And Buff's like, well, yeah, I've been watching Thunder, you know, that idiot Brian Pillman. He's all I ever think about. He's like, what if I told you I got a way for you to get out of here? Now, trust me, if there's anybody you should trust, it's a villain. And then he hands him a piece of paper and just slides it to him. He's like, follow these instructions, you'll get your revenge on Brian Pillman. And he just heads out and leaves into the darkness of the night. Then we have our main event match here of the night with Austin Aries taking on OVE in a handicap match, and Aries able to actually get the win here against Jake Chris, making him tap out to the last chancery. And that is how we're going to end our show here for Thunder. Pretty decent show, 76. Chris over there killing there on Nitro. I don't know what's going on. But we'll see you guys for the go home show to Uncensored. Peace out.